Thank you, Lord.
I'm trying to figure out a way to dress this up because this is going to be on the internet, so I'm trying to. I was having a conversation with someone late last night, my wife and I, some family members, and one of them made a correction to something that another one said, and she said, see, that's the problem with Christians. She said, Christians don't want you to tell them the truth. Now, in all actuality, what she meant was, you have to know how to interpret. She meant so-called. She said, Christians don't want you to tell them the truth. She was talking to someone who was offended because someone told them the truth. They were offended at, but they were trying to say that they were offended by. But in all actuality, exactly what that person said to them was very true. And they're still trying to hold on to doing what's wrong.
All right now.
So they're trying to convince people that they were offended by it, but in all actuality, they were offended at. And the person that said it wasn't even saved.
All right now.
So that's why she said that's the problem with Christians. Church folk is what she meant, was that a lot of church folk don't want to hear the truth.
No, they don't.
I don't mean the church. I mean folk that think they go to.
All right, come on now.
Come on.
So I said, the sad thing is that a lot of the things that I even say sometimes, I know that if I was of a different persuasion, some people would receive it better.
That's right.
And that's sad.
Yes, it is. That's right.
I know y'all want me to stay in this box, but I can't. Because, see, there's too many of y'all here with too many issues. One person got it, they need to be set free and delivered with sickness. Another person just got a nasty attitude. So we got to hit this thing from all different angles.
That's right. Go ahead on.
I won't keep you much longer. But we got to hit it from all different angles here. Another person's been wounded. You thought you were offended by, but in all actuality you were offended at, because what they told you were actually, it was the truth. You were wrong. You were very wrong.
Jesus.
Very wrong. You were offended at, and you thought you were offended by the person. You thought you were offended because of what they said, but the truth of the matter is that's not the reason. You knew you were wrong.
All right now. All right.
Yes. You knew it. You know it. Apostle, there are people that they've left your ministry. They've left here. They've left you throughout the years because they wanted to no longer hear instructions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My God.
They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. But will sit and look at TV.
Yes.
And something that you spoke a year ago, all of a sudden the light bulb goes on because somebody on TV said it. Now I'm going to say it softer. What is it
Come on.
about you? What is it that's in you that's keeping you from maximizing the season that you're in? See, truth is if I had listened to some instructions from my spiritual mother when she was speaking to me years ago, I could have avoided a lot of pitfalls. Just being truthful and honest, I could have avoided some stuff. Had I not thought more highly of myself than I ought to have thought. See, that's just being the truth. That's telling the truth. But see, the truth is that there are those even that are in ministry now that should be sitting down, like way back there somewhere. Not even on the front row, not second row. We need them to be sitting down, like by the bathroom door somewhere, back there because they got so much mess
Right. Right.
going on. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But they're ready to come up and lay hands and spew out on the people and spew out this poison. And they're refusing to sit down under some leadership that's going to speak into their lives and help advance them to where they're supposed to be. They're refusing to sit down because they're looking for a spotlight.
Yes.
They are wanting to shine. But in all actuality, they need to be, as the old folks say, sat down.
Sit down. Yeah.
Growing up, they would say, you need to take yourself somewhere and sit down.
That's right.
Prideful.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And it is because of this that we have so much turmoil in the pews. Because we've had so many leaders living any kind of way before the people, spewing out their poison, deadly poison, in the lives of the people. And now we have what we call a church out of control. And that's why God is calling forth those to come and represent the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, the way it's supposed to be represented. And in order to do that, we must walk in discipline.
That's right.
In order to be disciplined, we must become a disciple. He came into his own country and his disciples followed him. He came into his own country and his disciples followed him. They had an opportunity to see what it was like for a leader to be rejected and how a leader, a godly leader, is supposed to handle it. He still went about teaching. After they acted the way that he still went on, he didn't go on a sabbatical. He didn't sit down. He didn't say, you know what, I'm leaving this church and y'all will never see me again. He didn't go off on anybody. He didn't slam anybody. He just laid it out. He went and he taught and he healed a few people. I need more than a few mighty works in my life. Come on, musician. I need more than a few mighty works in my life. I'm kind of young, but I'm too old to be playing around. And I felt that way when I was like 22. I don't have to. When I accepted Christ, I was like, I'm too old for this. Too old for what? What are you talking about? You're just a young man. What are you talking about? You need to live a little bit. I've lived. You need to live a little bit. No, how about let's live right? I need more than a little work here and something there and a breakthrough here and a breakthrough there. No, I want to break free and stay free and live free. And in order to do that, I must walk in a discipline, which means I have to keep an open ear and an open heart concerning leadership. Other men and women of God, I must keep an open ear and an open heart so that when I come in contact with people, I can try that spirit and I can discern whether it be of God. And then if it be of God, this is someone that I can have a conversation with and then give an opportunity just to sit and listen, and maybe God will have something that person can speak into my life that would change my life and advance me to the next level, whether they be my pastor or not.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't mind you speaking into the life of someone that's part of our community because your spirit is right. And because your spirit is right, if they leave and went to yours, then that's fine. That's fine. Why? Because there are too many people out there that need to hear what I have to say for me to be worried about whether this one is going to leave or that one's going to leave. So I can't fellowship with your church because I'm a little intimidated by you. God sent you to my place to help me, and here I am going to fight against you. What? So now I can't get the best out of you because of my foolishness.
Yes.
Because I'm bound.
Yes.
What is it about you that has you here in the room, here, but you should be here. Has you on the stage and you're close to it, but you should be way over here. Being in the same place with the blessing, being close to what has been declared to be mine is simply not good enough for me. I get no excitement about being close to something that I'm supposed to have. As a matter of fact, it frustrates me when I know I'm close.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't appear to be moving or advancing, and it doesn't look like it's coming to. I start checking and saying, God, what's going on? Not with that, but with me. What do I need to do? It's not a prayer like, okay, God, bring it to me. God, tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong with me. Speak into my life. Send me someone. Send me help. He couldn't do mighty works. Jesus couldn't do mighty works. Jesus couldn't do mighty works. So it's not strange when you have anointed leaders and it seems like they're limited in certain places. Think it not strange